Where do y'all want to begin? It's so many different places to begin.
I mean, we can focus on, from that point, the media really just focusing on the looters, all the news, no matter which one you subscribe to.
Right.
I watched them all this weekend. They've all focused, and while they were sitting there, like, man, I really wish people weren't looting so we could focus on the real issue now. You've only covered the looting.
Right.
And you've only been talking about saying, damn, I wish we could talk about the real shit. You can.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. And don't act, Joe, to your point, anytime anything happens in America, there's always going to be people taking advantage of it. Why y'all acting surprised? Right. Of course there's going to be people that have nothing to do with the cause that just want to burn some shit down and steal some shit. Mm-hmm. How long you been in America? We've been knew that.
Yeah, y'all can't stop the scammers.
It's always going to happen no matter
the
what.
The scammers are ground level too, and they're hip to what you're doing.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
They're
like,
going to try
shocking.
to scam. They're going to try and steal some shit.
That's always going to happen no matter what.
I just like the fact that, this generation, because there's a lot of young people out there that they're out there and they're just making their presence felt however they see fit.
I love that, because one of the things that I was thinking about as I watched the young people run amok on the streets was, damn, that energy of a 20-year-old.
Yeah.
Like a 20-year-old, I'm glued to my couch, and I'm old, and I get tired walking to the fridge.
Yeah.
But like these little young dudes that's out there just causing havoc, that takes energy, man.
Yeah.
And most of their entire life, this has been filmed on TV, on social media, anywhere you could see some shit, this has been on there. We've watched black people get killed and beaten their entire lives on camera, and nothing's happened. Mm-hmm. Not like, damn, that happened, no one knew about it.
Right.
Their entire lives have been this.
Well, like I said last episode, we tried the peaceful approach. You know what I mean? Like, we tried. Nothing changed. You know what I mean? So it's like, all right, during the pandemic, we supposed to be home quarantining, and y'all still out here killing innocent black people? All right, enough is enough, man.
Now, back to my scammer point. When the scammers are ground level, you introduce insurance scams. And insurance companies have money set aside for the year for the scams.
Of course.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. There are lawyers that, we just going to do this, get the money set aside, and that's going to be that. So some of these businesses are in on the looting and destruction of the business.
Right. Especially during the corona pandemic.
Because of the insurance scam that is attached to it. That's one. Two, we've seen multiple videos and pictures of police defacing property and police property at that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Planting old cop cars to get burnt, planting bricks.
Yeah.
I posted a video of a woman next to 3 cops in a cop car tagging up the side of a building with "fuck the police," Black Lives Matter, talking to the cops on what to write. Mm-hmm. Like,
actually, y'all can you and Parks can help me with that. As white people, what is the stance on white protesters tagging Black Lives Matter on businesses?
Are
you saying from that are working to frame to make this look?
We don't know.
There's two sides to it.
Yeah,
there are some white folks that are truly allies and are protesting for Black Lives Matter and for Black Lives period. There are some that are co-opting it, whether they may have their own good intentions. They may be anti-capitalist, they may be anarchists, whatever it may be. But they're using this as an excuse to do it and doing it under the guise of a different protest, which is wrong. You should not do that.
I'll say this, Joe. My personal thoughts is this is something black people should be leading and something we should be taking cues and be listening to black people and how to move in our protesting.
Got it.
Agreed.
If you're just white and tagging up BLM on the side of a building, even if your intentions are good, black people are going to get...
It looks away.
Black people are going to get blamed for it. It'll ruin the perception of the cause that's going on.
Typecasted for you.
You should be taking your cues from them, and they're leading this. Don't take it in your own hands and fuck something up. Is really how I've viewed, especially what's been going on this weekend.
For those that are unaware, I don't know how you can be at a time like this, but
some still are. Believe that. Some still are unaware.
People have all the facts and are still unaware.
Fam, check this out.
Right.
I'm not here to do this today. If you are unaware, you are choosing to be unaware. And I refuse to acknowledge that you are just unaware when this has been the state of this place since you've been here.
Right.
I'm not rolling with you're unaware. Let me paint the line that I never think I need to paint for the all lives matter people. Hey, you guys.
Fuck you.
If that is a response to Black Lives Matter, then fuck you, because you're missing the point and you don't stand with us.
Right.
And at this point, if you don't stand with us, then you're against us. The end.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like that's what has hit me as I've been just absorbing most of this content. It ain't that deep.
Right.
Everybody got a think piece.
And yeah.
Right. Right.
Everybody got a hot and cold take.
We'll get into the other
Exclusive
people's
news and bits about nigga.
responses, but even people saying that they're not qualified on talking about certain social issues, you don't need to be qualified to say no, the police should not be killing innocent black people.
Right.
Like that, just flat out, there should not be a gray area or a but, or I don't know too much about the subject. No, you can say, hey,
You know the difference.
I
between
think
right and
that's
wrong.
wrong.
Right.
Yeah, you're an American citizen.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to. We're gonna get to James Dolan later and that bullshit he said.
yeah.
But I got a lot of shit to get to about bullshit that people are saying.
Right.
But pardon me. What the hell did the word you say? I wanted to expound on that point.
You don't need to draw.
Oh, yeah. If you're
There's no gray area. It's either you
if you're
think
chiming
this is
in-
insane or you're choosing to think otherwise.
If you're chiming in to say that you were unaware, if you're chiming in to say that all lives matter, if you're chiming in right now to tell us your business practices and business habits, it is tone deaf, it is insensitive, and now is not the time.
It's just wrong too.
Correct.
An officer, a black man was just handcuffed, escorted inside of a car to have 3 policemen beat the shit out of him while one stood outside playing lookout. I didn't see that point made enough. And as somebody that used to play lookout allegedly during B&Es, that man was playing lookout.
Right.
Was a role in the crime.
This is planned. They had the toxicology report come back from, they did the independent report. Thank God. Thank God we got over that white trick.
Yeah.
Where
I didn't just the fact that they were even trying to go that route. It just speaks.
y'all
to
got the
deeper
nerve to
level. Like,
fucking tell me that George Floyd had fentanyl in his... Like, white people don't even update the fucking tricks.
They're getting worse too.
Yeah.
But a lot of this podcast will be about updating things.
So
by the way.
insignificant to what we're talking about when it comes to that type of crime.
Right.
The family went out and find the guy that the family hired. Let's address that man properly.
I think it was
But
Dr. Budden.
Whoever it was is basically the guy that invented this stuff.
Yeah,
Dr.
Michael Budden.
Basically, a guy has been doing this for fucking eons and knows more than everybody else. That's who the family went and
Yeah,
hired.
he's probably the most popular autopsy chief medical examiner that we know. And he's been used in a few instances where families wanted to hire their own medical examiner.
And he came and told us what we didn't need anybody to tell us.
Right.
If 3 people put their knee in your back and 1 puts their knee in your neck,
Right.
blood will have a hard time circulating.
Yeah.
Thank you, expert examiner.
Yeah. For telling us what we know, when we saw the
Shame,
video.
shame that we need that. Shame that at such a time of grief and mourning, the family has to even go through this.
Right.
But here we are.
No, you do need that because you have narratives on certain, well, let's just say Fox in particular, where Sean Hannity is telling us of his martial arts background and how he knows everything about chokeholds and is putting this narrative that something else must have happened. Because I know martial arts.
Yeah.
Sean
So
Hannity
yes,
can
you
shut
need.
the fuck up.
He has one of the more punchable faces I've ever seen in my life. But yeah, unfortunately, we need real medical examiners to put this on paper to say this was a homicide.
Right.
Because you have idiots that pump these narratives that change what really happened because they're they have a yellow belt and they have real voice to a huge part of America.
The issue I had is when they tried to say he had underlying health issues, hypertension. He had those same underlying issues the day before that happened too.
Yeah,
and guess what he was doing? Walking around fine.
Black people have hypertension.
Yeah, right. Surprise.
Well, Maul, they did that with Eric Garner, if you remember. They said he was so out of shape and weak, that's why he died, but then also said he was so big and strong, that's why we needed all these cops to kill him.
Hey, let me chime in. As someone that has sold a cigarette, don't take much in shapeness to sell one.
Right.
You can be out of shape and sell one.
Yeah.
You can live through that.
And he was just fine.
You can live through it.
Before y'all rolled up on the scene, he was fine.
Right.
Yeah, it's not running the fucking 40-yard dash.
Right.
It's selling a Lucy. And listen, that paranoia is in me still because I'm in my house saying, all right, I'm going to just stay in the house. Too many of us have died staying in the house.
Oh, yeah. We're not safe in the crib no more.
Yeah.
They run in the wrong house now and shoot you.
So when I say to you, Parks, that I'm fucked up, as an introvert, I was okay in the house.
Right.
Like during COVID, when they said don't move for the next however long and summer was canceled, I was coming in here joking with you niggas. Like, awesome. I love home.
Right.
There is nothing but the state of the world in front of you to look at and analyze constantly now. And it's depressing.
Yeah.
It's depressing. It's heavy. As someone that's under the impression that shit has been heavy since Juice WRLD passed in December, this is not a recent thing for me. Things have consistently been heavy. And as black men, you know, we strong enough to just go out in the universe. I've been bitching about that for 2 years now, about black men and all the shit that has to wear in your mind and then go out in the universe and act. Listen, the cops are killing the black men and the hospital are killing the black women. So let me not isolate black men. Black people have different things to worry about.
Right.
So since Juice WRLD passed, scratch that. Since Nip passed,
Different and more things, let's be clear. It's not just different, it's more, a lot more things. And a lot of the same things.
yeah,
It's not just
or a
different,
lot of the
it's
same,
more.
and it's just taking people. It's just so much of it constantly piling on. You're eventually just gonna wear down on this shit.
the world is in such a state that whatever you may go through personally, you may not have the wherewithal to deal with it.
Yeah, a lot of your personal issues have to
You
take
may
a back
not
seat right
have the energy even to deal with energy that comes toward you. Just hypothetically, I'm saying that so y'all don't think everything I'm saying is applied to me. Just,
No, I get
just
it.
hypothetically,
Yeah.
you wake up one Sunday, you fucking beef with your girl. Fucking you go out and maybe you and a friend aren't seeing eye to eye and you have to have that strenuous conversation or text. Fucking you continue with your day and you and your baby mom's got to have a conversation with some tension in it. Guess what? By the time you get home, you don't have it in you.
Right.
I know this is very light stuff that we take for granted, and that's why I came here with a few jokes about to protect your energy, people. Hey, all you niggas with them fucking tweets all year round when my energy is just fine, come back. I'm not seeing so much of it now, and now it's more important than ever because all of the energy is fucked up. All of it.
Yeah.
I'm not just dealing with protests and looting and murdered. More people were murdered. We'll get to that shortly. This whole Black Tuesday blackout, I support blacking out. I support disruption to businesses and entities.
It's important.
Let me start there.
Yeah.
I do not believe that the silenced should designate a time to be silent. I do not believe that while the president is initiating martial law and the military on civilians, that we should be quiet.
Right.
I do not believe that we should stop feeding each other the news. Because that's how we're getting the news. That is the one-up we have on our ancestors. That's the one-up I have on my grandma and my great-grandma and my grandfather. I could feed somebody in fucking West Bubblefuck what's happening in New York City. That unification. And then when I learned, and you gentlemen can chime in here, cool that the music business started this little thing.
Well, I have mixed feelings on that.
Speak to it.
I think the blackout tile is great to only focus on what you're saying, Joe, passing news and everything that's happening right now. There should be nothing else on IG besides us sharing this today. Mm-hmm. When the music business was posting it last week and sharing it, there was no context around it. I had a bunch of people saying we're going to stop working on Tuesday. Sounds like a day off to me.
Right.
There was nothing around it. There was no plan. It was just like, we're going to stop working. Everything that the music business has taken from black people, what the fuck is stopping working on Tuesday doing?
Right.
Let's
Tuesday's
get
not even
active
a
in
day.
some other... Yeah, do it when albums coming out on Friday.
Right.
Affect your pockets.
Right.
Or give back some of the shit you took. I didn't understand that just stopping work on Tuesday. The fuck did that mean? Everyone sent me that. I said, no, I'm not posting that. That's stupid.
Right.
Tell me what you want to do on Tuesday, and then I'm behind you.
I do agree there should have been more direction with it.
You guys are taking a fucking day off. You think all the white employees was like, all right, cool. Shit. Damn near a 4-day weekend.
Hey, Twitter already told their workers not even to come back.
Yeah.
Hey, this is so awesome. Y'all working from home. We're cool
Right.
with y'all staying home.
Joe, I think you put it perfectly in one sentence with what this music business from a major corporation side. I'm not speaking individually there's a lot of good people that do care about this in the music industry. But the silence are going to be more silent on Tuesday? You've been quiet. So your response to that is, well, we're just not going to work on a Tuesday. Like, what the fuck does that? It doesn't mean anything to me.
I do agree.
It does mean something to me. I agree with everything you just said.
Yeah.
But the music industry is influential.
Correct.
So their influence on a Tuesday to affect other places of business with our power, I support.
Agreed.
Once we finish that point, I get to your point.
Yes.
Which is music business, do it on a Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or
Do it on the same shit that we talking about now was the same shit I was screaming about when Epic fucking about faced when Bobby Shmurda went to jail. The same shit I'm saying is the same shit I say every time a young black artist dies. Every time a young black artist is robbed. This is not a new boat here for me.
No, not at all.
Music industry. Do it on a Friday.
Agreed.
Affect
if you wanna
your
do it-
pockets. Most of this from most of the companies is consumer facing.
Yeah.
Which makes this not a black and white thing, because like I told Maul a few weeks ago, in the middle of all this racist shit is green. And a lot of these niggas is playing both sides.
Yeah.
And it's nasty. You can see it.
I would like to see a lot of these CEOs, from these record companies and these streaming platforms. I would like to see them like come forward and really speak to the consumers and really.
I
speak
don't
to
want to
them.
hear a fucking word.
I want to see
the
what- I wanna
fucking
see what they have to
execs.
say.
The execs and the CEOs more won't even do an interview.
Yeah.
Let me
that's
just
the issue.
paint a picture for you.
So a blackout day doesn't mean
They're
much to
not
me.
doing interviews because they contain information that you shouldn't know, and they don't beat the talk.
of course not.
They're not beat the talk to you niggas. No, they told me in 2001 when I signed to Def Jam, the name Lucian was a ghost. I thought it was some Illuminati shit. They said, don't even worry about it. You'll never meet him, nigga.
Shit, up until the past maybe 5-6 years is when his name was really in articles.
Well, that's what
Like
I'm
to a real casual consumer, he may be a new face in the music industry.
Well, what I'm saying to you is some people just contain some information that you don't need to know, and they don't have a fetish to be in front of the camera, so you just will never know it. So
It's
while
not
more,
a fetish. It's you're protecting
Yeah,
something.
it's intentional.
Yeah.
yeah, but all of the idiots that clout chase on Instagram, I do feel like most of them have something to protect too. But that urge for attention and that urge to be seen and that urge to be famous, it's really important. Jeffrey
It is.
Epstein, he didn't care about that. He was trying to be covert.
No, of course, a lot of people have that urge to be famous and this and that. But to answer to certain questions that are clearly wrong within the structure that you're overseeing, yes, you owe that responsibility to the people you profit off of. So, yeah, I'm not saying you should be on IG Live every night, but you should give an interview.
I don't want to hear a fucking word. I don't want to hear anything. It's all lip service. All of it. Action. Give me actionable items, and preferably from people who profit off of black culture for their business to remain.
Which I would have much rather, instead of a let's be quiet and not work on Tuesday, okay, all of our streaming profits this month or this week are going to something specific that has to do with this cause.
I agree.
I'd rather you speak up than be quiet and not work on a Tuesday. Or, all right, we're giving this back to the artists. They're never going to say that. But there's way to take the profit that you've taken from black culture, or taken rather, and put it back into the causes that matter to the people that consume
Put it back
and
into
pay
the
you.
communities. Put it back into the schools. Put it back into places where black people can better themselves and have more opportunities. Put it back, where we can see the change and we can feel the change. Like
So-
just giving a day off to Blackout and that's not
Fam,
really doing much.
You have a Tuesday off in June.
Listen,
Right.
niggas hit
Fucking
me.
employees is chilling.
Niggas hit me talking about, hey, Joe, they want you to participate in Blackout Tuesday. Like, oh, great, we not recording? Nah, black the picture. Excuse me?
Right.
Huh? Oh, that's my participation? We black in the picture?
It's crazy. It's fucking crazy to me.
So we still are running business as usual.
Yeah.
Right.
No. Now
Just
we're
not
trying
on social media.
No,
So-
we're trying
So
to
you're
get
not
people
taking-
to
so
go.
So you're not taking any money out of your pocket.
No. That's never. They're never at that point.
Yeah. Record labels.
No,
You
Joe.
want to impress me? Put some fucking money to the side. How about that? You make $1 million off a Future t-shirt. All of you can put some money to the side. I'm not going to say for reparations. Call it what the fuck you want to call it. But anybody who has a place here because of black culture, nah, words ain't enough for me.
Yeah, no.
Words ain't enough for me. Everybody got a word. Nigga, do something. Do something.
Blacking out a picture on an Abby on a DSP, to me, looks like people are in pain. That's something they recognize, that has been some peace and understanding of people also going through it, and they're going to run to your platform. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
So I think you're taking advantage by doing that shit.
I agree with all that. I do, however, think that it's dangerous to criticize. In this instance, we have given things that they can do. I don't like seeing people criticize protest, not necessarily just in this instance, but in general. Protest is healthy. However you choose to protest is helping. So just admonishing it completely just because you don't feel that there was a angle, let's find an angle, but let's still do this protest now and then do the next one with the angle.
Right.
So I agree, Parks, and
Nah,
I'm
I don't want help with the ceiling.
protest, but
I don't want ceiling help.
to me, a lot of this feels like you were forced to say something because of the consumers that you cater to, and now you're just doing I don't even want to say the bare minimum. You're just saying, yo, I'm off today. Like, that's not protesting to me at all. There's nothing active about that. That's you were forced into a corner. You have to say something, and what you're saying is, I'm gonna take the day off. No action during my day off. I'm just taking it off.
I agree.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that are tweeting out this I stand with you shit that won't hire a black person at all.
Right.
And I think that's kind of where the issue lie. That's the issue I have when I see some of this stuff from some of these people. But cool, I am still with you. I support. But,
No, I'm with the protesting for sure. I just don't feel that, even in Columbia Records right here saying, which everyone shared this, not just Columbia Records, this is not a day off. Instead, there's a day to reflect and figure out ways to move forward.
That's a day off.
That's a day off. All right, tomorrow, or we'll give you a few days. Record companies, tell me what you reflected on and tell me the ways that you figured out how to move forward.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's all just for a post and, to make it seem like they're with the cause and with the people. But again, let's talk about this next week.
Let's figure out how to make it better.
Let's see what record companies are doing and saying this time.
And if we're not spending money with these other businesses to show the power and unity of the black dollar and the impact,
Correct.
then why is it for a day?
Right. Word.
Hey, nigga, everybody order from Amazon what you need this week. Because next week, we chilling for the month.
Yeah. Things like that.
Yeah.
Listen, I support anything that's going to make somebody, the enemy, the ops, spend money. Hey, Trump did the press conference, said, I'm sending out the National Guard. Say, yep, spend it. Spend it. I'm sending the military out. For civilians? Oh, spend it.
Well,
Run it up.
At the end of the day, that kind of bites us in the ass
Yeah, we pay
from
for
our
it.
pockets too. But that's a much bigger conversation.
No, it ain't. It's not. Everything is very simple. Y'all voted in a lying, racist, bigoted rapist.
Correct.
The end. So it's not a much deeper conversation for later that we have to save.
Oh, I agree. I'm talking about sending in National Guard and everything. This is all public service. It comes out of our pocket, the taxpayer.
All of it comes out of our pocket.
So it's not the ops.
Oh,
We're
please,
paying for it.
Oh, please, they're going to find a new way for us to pay for it anyway. Hey, you're never seeing that money. And once you realize that, it's a wash. Awesome. They got to pay for all these cops. They got to pay for the military. They got to pay for the National Guard. They got to pay for all of it. Yep, run it up. The whole country's in debt. Run it up. Y'all cannot afford it. Like I told Maul last podcast, we outnumber them. If I put 500 people right there, and I put 500 people down there, and then 500 people go take the train uptown over there, nigga, it's over. You can't do nothing. What are you going to do but fucking call in the National Guard? You got to do it.